Russian jets targeted a neighborhood home to a rebel base, killing at least 25 people in the process. Rescue workers, meanwhile, are desperately trying to save others, like this boy who was just pulled from the rubble after the strike. And as the killing continues in Syria, a diplomatic solution to the crisis is still nowhere to be found. France 24's Adam Pletz told us more from Beirut.
The diplomatic processes upon which previous truces had been based have now collapsed. You know, the Russians and Americans not talking to one another. Another initiative in the UN Security Council, a resolution drafted by France calling for the end of military flights over Syria, was vetoed by Russia. And then at the same time, you have the Russians saying that they're going to stick by their guns and their stance and supporting the Syrian government in their aerial strikes on Aleppo. And of course, this recent lull that we just had that you mentioned was partly motivated or largely motivated because the Syrian government was trying to persuade both civilians and fighters to leave eastern Aleppo, something which they didn't manage to do. So as long as these aerial strikes continue, and it doesn't look like there'll be an end in the near future, it's almost inevitable that we'll see further civilian casualties, especially when the people are so densely packed and living unavoidably close to the front lines. As you said, 25 people killed yesterday, but that number probably increased even overnight as there was continued airstrikes and indeed into the morning.